Good morning, chat. It's good to see ya. Welcome back to the stream. Brown Bear, always good to see ya. Let me know if you can hear me, if audio's good. I'm trying, I was running Streamlabs uh, for the last few streams. So now I'm trying just OBS because I hear it's less CPU intensive. So I'm giving that a try. I'm trying to watch stream on the phone too, but it's wanting to just lag out for some reason. Try a different connection. How's everybody doing this morning? How you doing, Brown Bear? You good? You here good. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm gonna see if hey, what's up, Just Ass? It is good to see you this morning. How are you? I'm hoping good. Hoping good. Things could be better. How are you? I'm good. It's my son's 11th birthday today. He just turned 11. Um Obviously he wanted to try and get out of school cuz he's 11, but that's not happening. Not at all. But he's 11. So we doing a small little family party due to, the pandemic or whatever. A lot of people aren't having birthday parties. So we wanted to give him a little something. I appreciate the happy birthday there, Brown Bear. I'll make sure I pass that along. Pass that along to him. I'll let him know that you said happy birthday. Um, he's a huge Marshmello fan. Well, I wouldn't say huge. He likes him. He likes the music. So we went out and got the banner, the balloons, the plates, all that stuff, and we got a few good gifts for him that we hope he'll like. So yeah, but it's good to see everybody here in chat today. Today's stream is gonna go as normal. Like I said, I was messing with OBS Studio over Streamlabs, trying to find some. I hear OBS Studio is a little bit less CPU intensive than Streamlabs, so I'm giving that a shot. Hopefully, stream goes a little bit better. I was messing with the settings. I was messing with the mic settings, so hopefully I sound okay, and hopefully the game comes in okay. And if it doesn't, please let me know if it sounds like garbage, hot, steaming garbage. But we're gonna get started. It's been a couple minutes. Bitrate looks good. Everything else looks good. We're gonna get started with this intro. Let's get. All right, can everybody hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please, just to make sure that a little hiccup, but we're good. Okay. All right. Cool. Here we go. Where did we leave off last? Let's see. I'm also kind of getting used to Stream Chat's OBS Stream Chat. It looks a little different than Streamlabs. Like it's the same setup, but the screen isn't as long. Like Streamlabs, it goes from top to bottom. But since there's information underneath the chat window, it's shorter. So I'm getting used to that. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know why it's bothering me. I don't like it. I need to change it. Hey Roy, what is going on, man? It is good to see you this morning. How are you? How are you? Hope you're good. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. We just continue on with more Breath of Fire 4. Today, it's Friday. It's my son's birthday. I'm gonna try and stream a little longer than I normally do, and there might be a little bit of little kid stuff. My daughter and stuff might come in. You might hear every once in a while, and I'll kind of cut the shadow there on that. But she's gonna come in. But I'm hoping to get maybe 3 hours ish on stream time. So we'll see how it goes though. Hopefully stream holds together and doesn't fall apart. We all know how streaming likes to fall apart at the most inconvenience of times. Big happy birthday to my son. Yeah, I appreciate it, Roy. I really appreciate it. He appreciates it. I'll let him know that you said so as well. I was telling Chat earlier, he's a huge Marshmello fan. I say huge, but he likes his music. So we're doing a little Marshmello get together. What's my mission now? Is Cray being held up? So yes, Cray is held up right now. Yes, that is what's happening. So, I know there's a new spot on the map, so I have to go to that. I think that's the goal. But I don't. Yeah, it's Warrant is where I'm supposed to go. I just went through the Winchwood, and now I'm headed to Warrant. This is a new place. Oh, this looks like his village. Was that where it's from? I didn't even realize that. This is Warren, home of the Warrens. Is it Warrens? Is that right? That's how I would pronounce it. Warrens? Warrens? This horse was used by the previous leader of the Warren in battle. All my boy does is fight. You should see what he does to his clothes. I bet he grows up to be a chief one day. How's the audio for me in the game? Does it sound okay? The war may be over, but you never know when fighting might break out again. That's why we Warren always stay ready and prepared for battle. I do remember, and I remember this from Brown Bear's stream over on BGG, Background Gaming. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's an awesome channel. It's a 24-hour stream all day long. But in that stream, he was playing this, and this thing, you can ride it. That's cool. It's not a horse. It's a crustacean. I think they're like in the ocean or something, ain't they? A Warren must always be in shape and ready to fight at any time. Got that right. The game's a little bit loud, louder than my voice, but it's cool. Okay. As long as it's cool. Should I turn it down? I'll turn it down just a bit. No, 2 seconds. Two seconds. Is that better, or did it even change anything? Because messing with the audio and stuff is kind of weird. Because I feel like I'm playing on a TV, 32-inch TV, so it has a remote. And then I have the audio controls on the keyboard and the audio controls in OBS. And I kind of mess with all three. But I'm not sure if there's a way to turn this volume all the way up and only mess with the volume on this. If anybody has an answer to that, please let me know. It doesn't look like the audio changed though in OBS. It's gonna go real quiet. Hang on. Let me know, is that better? Hey, you say that you have seen others like me in other places? That is because we Manilo plan to take over the world of business, of course. Is that a little better audio? Oh, he's got the Katzbalger. He's got a bronze shield too. Ooh, he got that bronze shield. That's better? Cool beans, man, cool beans. I think I'm gonna hold off on buying anything. I'm not having any issues in battle, so I think I'm just gonna wait on buying stuff. Since we Warren are famous throughout the world as strong warriors, people journey here to study our ways and learn from us. So he's a Warren too, even though he just kind of looks like a a regular person. He doesn't have a tail like the rest of the Warrens. Came through the forest, did you? You didn't see any ghosts or anything, did you? Oh, not quite ghosts, but them pixies. So in the last episode, we went through that forest, and there were these pixies that were harassing us and shrunk down Nina. We had to find her in a tree with a bird that was trying to feed her. Hey, there's nothing like the sight of kids happily playing like that, is there? Anyway, always makes me smile. Man, I can't read. I'm just gonna keep moving through this town, see if I find anything else. Looking for the chief? He's not here right now. You can talk to the elders instead if you want. Maybe they're inside the building, I'm assuming. Let's go talk to them. Sounds like Cray's gotten himself into quite a fix. How dare Ludia treat you like that? This is an insult to the entire Warren nation. This means war. Dang. War already? Good gracious. Talk about jumping to conclusions. That's right. We'll show them they can't treat us that way. Hold it. Don't get your fur up. That's always been the problem with us Warren. See, always trying to fight. Too many people that are too hot under the collar. That's right. Huh. So what should we do then? I mean, Miss Nina came all this way to tell us about the trouble that Cub managed to get himself into. That's right. It's been a long time since we saw you, little Nina. You've grown. Well, I can remember when you were only this high. He didn't even give like a reference to how high she was when he last saw her. That's kind of funny. So how high was it, old man? Enough of that. There'll be time for that later. We need to think about what to do. It's a long thought process. If only Tarn were here, she'd know what to do. Who's Tarn? Excuse me. Who is Tarn? See, she's reading my mind. She knew exactly what I was thinking. She's the wife of the previous chief, rest his soul. In other words, she's Cray's mother. Oh. When Cray became chief, she decided to leave the village. Went out to live on the Golden Plains. Decided to live a nomad's life, she said. Tarn might have been able to think of something, but I'm afraid there's nothing we can do. If I were younger, I'd get on a horse and go looking for Tarn myself, but I'm too old for that now. Too old. Man, I've only ridden a horse once in my life. Has anyone here ever ridden a horse? Oh, not the Golden Plains. Is that bad? Oh no. Is this gonna be tough? I see. So you're saying that we should go see Tarn, right? On the Golden Plains of Doom. I don't like that super annoying area. Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew when you said that I was gonna be in for trouble. Hey, I found something. Manly clothes. Manly clothes. So I'm assuming Nina. Whoops, wrong button again. I'm assuming Nina cannot wear manly clothes. Let's see. I'm curious. Can she wear manly clothes? She cannot. Only regular clothes. I'm hitting the wrong button. Always get lost in the Golden Plains. So, listen up, chat. Listen up, chat. You said it's an annoying area. So, I'm going to rely on you guys to kind of help me out. Ooh, wow, that's way better. So, I'm going to equip him with manly clothes. I'm going to rely on you guys to help me get through the Golden Plains. Let's see. No, I don't want any of that for him. Can he wear? He can't wear manly clothes because he's a robot, and robots can't wear clothes. So too bad for her. I was just curious because she says she's a girl. However, she doesn't. She looks like a robot, so it's kind of hard to tell. She could be lying. It could be a boy or a jackrabbit. or a attack helicopter inside of the armor. Who knows? Here we go. Wait! Wow, that guy got some jumps. Ugh. I've been miserable every minute of every day since you beat me in Sinesta. Really? Do I gotta fight this guy? That's why I came here, to study with the Warren. A trap! That's right. See, he's trying to trap me. The strongest warriors in the world. I work day and night, training and studying their ways. I'm stronger than I was before. If you think you can defeat me again, really? I gotta fight this dude again? You got another thing coming to you. Fantastic. I'm gonna fight this dude again. And of course, homeboy down there has Scius has no AP. Let's hit him with a fire wind, I think is what it's called. See, I told you, I just played this yesterday, and my memory is already failing me. Fire wind. Ah, I got it right. I'm so smart. I need a cookie. I love that attack. I love his attack. Tiger Fist. This doesn't look good. Ow. That was a dope move, but painful. Let's go on and get everybody healed up real quick before this gets any worse. If the next area is annoying, is it long or is it just like Roy said, it's just easy to get lost? Haha! You didn't have any more AP? Haha! Winner for me. Let's bring her in. Ooh, nice crit. Raw! Oh no. He shouted. You think I'm gonna spend the rest of the stream in there? That's the bonkers. Not looking forward to this next area. It's a good thing I got time to stream today. Aha, parry. I am a samurai. Does it look like Scius has something in his mouth? Like if you look at his little picture down at the bottom. Is there like a piece of straw in his mouth or something? And it's not fully in the frame or fully in the picture? Yeah, so you laugh at me, Roy. You're laughing at me. I don't appreciate it. That's why I'm relying on you guys, chat. Y'all gonna help me get through this. Or we're gonna be here all day long. Don't guard. Don't do that. Now he's gonna counter, isn't he? He's got a counter for that. Apparently not. Actually want to do a heal on. Oh, I can't. Yeah, there we go. Might be his tongue. What? Well, he's a dog, so it's probably like sticking out of his mouth. You could be right on that. I mean, my dog sticks her tongue out all the time. Whose dog doesn't? I got him. So I was asking chat yesterday about pets, and Brown Bear says he's got chickens. Does anyone else here have any pets? I got a dog. Her name's Lila. She's a boxer English bulldog mix. Ooh, she learned Cyclone, which is also known as a valley bulldog, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's valley bulldog. Khan. That voice, Master Una. Ah, he's missing teeth. Forgive me, Master. I lost. Hey, you. Don't pick on Khan like that. What? He picked on us. He's not as strong as he thinks he is. told you not to get into fights, Con. You're gonna have to face facts. You're not exactly a strong fighter, you know. Huh? He got his teeth back. But Master, you mean I'm weak? You got a cat and a dog. What kind of dog? I'm not a cat person. Sorry for anyone in chat who is a cat person. I am not a cat person. I've never been a cat person. I am strictly dog person. So forgive me if I don't ask what kind of cat you have. Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. You're I don't know. If you stay here and help me around the house and all, you'll probably strengthen up pretty good, I guess. Well, that went well enough. Is there an inn in town where I can, like, rest, sleep, get my AP back, all that good job? I hear Chief Craig got caught sneaking around in enemy territory. I guess this means there'll be another war, eh? Not necessarily. We're trying to go fix that old lady. A Shih Tzu. That's cool. I had a buddy of mine from back in high school. He had a Pickapoo, which I think is a Pekingese and a Shih Tzu mix. Cute dog. But that was like, well, feels like 100 years ago now. Is there no inn in town? I don't think there's an inn. Or at least somewhere I can sleep. I just came from there. That's where I got that army. Yeah, small dogs. I like small dogs. Some small dogs. I'm not a huge fan of Chihuahuas that much. I mean, I like them. Don't get me wrong. But they can be a little bit annoying, barking all the time at people. Which my dog, she gets like, she can see the neighbor's house. And the neighbor's house across the street has a lot of people that come there throughout the day. So whenever a person pulls into their driveway, she barks and goes nuts. So it's kind of annoying, but I know it's something that I have to deal with just being a dog owner. And she's a big dog. She's like 70-ish pounds, 75-ish pounds. Was there an inn in here? No, there wasn't an inn in here either. But was there a place I could sleep, at least? Oh, in a camp. That's right. See, just ask. Where would I be without you? So I was talking to my son the other day, that I was streaming or whatever, and let's set up camp. And I was telling him, I was like, I was in the stream today, and there was a guy that popped in stream, and his name was Just Ass, and of course he laughed and giggled like little kids do, but I can't blame him because I laughed and giggled when I read your name for the first time. War with the warden. That wouldn't be so bad. I'm not gonna read like he's speaking, because that's just tough. I'm a mercenary. I make a lot of money. Yeah, so you can't help but laugh at that name. Cray and I have been best friends ever since we were both children. I've also met the Warren elders many times over the years. Alright, let's rest. And I do want to save. Because knowing my luck, the game would bust into a million pieces. Stream seems to be holding together. I'm surprised that there's been no issues, knock on wood. Oh, what's the sign? Is this another fishing spot? They're gonna tell me about another fishing spot? As long as I can read the sign. Come on, controller. Oh boy. This way to the Golden Plains. Need a horse? Go to Warrant. All right, guys. We're gonna go to the Golden Plains. But do I need to get a horse? Is that like mandatory? Because if I don't need a horse, uh, I figured I could get there without one. But do I need it? Yes. So Roy's saying yes. I'm gonna take Roy's advice on this and go get one. So I'm gonna go get a horse. All right. Is this where I get to ride that thing? This is where I get to ride that thing, isn't it? If you need a horse, talk with the fellow standing next to the pen over there. This guy. You say you want to borrow a horse? Headed to the Golden Plains, are you? Wait there just a second. Time to get lost. It's not a horse either, actually. It's a horse squid. A horse squid. By the way, who's gonna ride the horse? Oh boy, this ought to be good. Urshan's gonna ride the horse. All day long, boys. She's gonna hop on that thing and ride it. What? None of you have ridden a horse before? Forget it then. Do you know how long it takes to learn how to ride? This thing likes us, the horse squid. Look, see? Chasing Urshan. I told you. Well, what about the whelk? Whelk. Is that what it's actually called? Because I know those things are real. Like, they're in real life. IRL. Well, what about the whelk? Could we take that instead? Whelks are a lot harder to control than horses, and I've never seen one that wasn't hard to handle. They're unfriendly, temperamental. Sounds like my kids. Yeah, they are real. They're a real creature. It seems to like Ryu, don't you think? Well, maybe. Well, if you're gonna look for Tarn, I guess you can take the Whelk. Tarn's camp is somewhere in the northeast. All right, chat. Remember northeast. All right, chat. Pop quiz. What direction was it? Look for the smoke from her campfire. Do I just go back out to the world map? No, I didn't want to go in there. It's a snail. Okay, that makes sense. Did I actually get the snail? Will it just pop up once I go to the plains? Northeast, you passed. Roy, you passed the quiz. I'm proud. You get an A plus, sir. We'll wait here, Ryu. Be careful and have a safe journey. My dog's trying to harass me now. She wants attention. She likes to come in here and get her butt scratched. Oh, he crashed. Ooh, face first. Ryu. Urshan thinks you're a moron. Urshan says that while you can use the dragon's eye to control the whelk, it may take some time to get used to riding it. That may be true, but the Golden Plains are too big to try and search on foot. Ryu and the whelk are our only hope. Good luck, Ryu. We're counting on you. Oh yeah, this ought to be good. No, Lila. You gotta go, sweetheart. I know you just want attention. Oh, crashed again. Why? Why do you do this? There's nothing in it for you. I know it. And you don't even know if it'll work. So why? Well, you're right. There might not be any benefit for us. And it's true that we don't know if our plan will work. Still, it just wouldn't feel right to sit around and do nothing. She's got a point, bro. She's got a point. All right, boys. Here we are, Golden Plains. This is it. So, which direction did he say? Northeast. So, north is that direction. Northeast is that direction. So, here we go. Oh boy, screen just changed already. Did I just go back where I started? Oh no. This is bad. Into the Golden Plains. It said northeast. That's the way I went. Did I read it wrong? North is the red arrow on the compass, right? So if I go this way, right, that's north. If I go straight, that's north. If I turn it this way, that's a little bit east. That's northeast. It said northeast is where the Golden Plains are. Oh, that's right. So now I just got to go get lost. Hey, what's that? Well, chat, here we go on an adventure. We're going to head to this grass. We're going to just live here now. Boy, this is exhilarating gameplay. It's like some of the best I've ever seen. Chat, I got a feeling this is a loop. Oh, nope. There's more grass ahead. Here we go. Fighting. And it's just me, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, what is that? It's a nut mage. I got a feeling I can learn stuff from the nut mage. Or not. Can't learn flare. Just ask. Are there any specific enemies that I should be fighting on the Golden Plains to learn specific abilities? Or do you know? Just nuts. You don't remember? Okay. Well, I do know this nut mage is an ass. Yeah, they are a pain in the ass. Let's burn them and make it a roasted nut. Uh-huh, see? Roasted nut. Well, I got a feeling that this area is going to be where I get a lot of levels. Well, chat, we're in it. So, what do you want to talk about? What y'all got topics on? Oh. Did I make it already? Or is this just a dead end? It's just a dead end. Of course I didn't make it. I couldn't get that lucky. Really? Stupid nut guy? Stop parrying. Dead end. Figures. Here we go. Man, and these guys are strong. This is baloney. Don't kill me. There should be a smoke encampment. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. So it looks like, Roy, you know quite a bit about this game too, huh? And he's fast. All right, these nut guys. We're gonna have to have a little talk. This looks like they can't dodge or parry magic, so that's maybe what I'm gonna have to go with. At least for, you know, to take out the nut guys. Smoke encampment. Well, I know that's a volcano. I'm assuming that has nothing to do with the encampment itself. Is there not a general direction I'm supposed to go? There was like no hints in the previous area to tell me, oh, you're looking for an encampment. Good luck. Head this direction. Generally. Been playing this game a lot, but played it like a few years ago. Tip, just pick one direction and go that way. Don't turn left or right that much. Okay. I like tips. I like tips. Are the grass patches any indication of going the correct direction, or they're just there for aesthetics? Like these grass patches. Hey, what's that? It's a bird. It's a bird. Follow the birds. All right, I'm gonna follow the birds. Hey, get. Whoa! What happened? What's going on? Hey, more birds. Led me to a rock. They led me to a rock. I can make camp at the rock. No, don't meditate. I just want to burn this fool. That's how I'm gonna have to take these nut guys out. Burn them. Follow the birdie. Okay, so the grass does nothing. Okay, so they're a waste of time. Go down on Nut Troop. Dun dun. Okay, cool. Got a bird and a rock. What's a rock do? Is this just like a landmark? I'm gonna just follow this bird. Follow the bird. Oh, he turned. Where'd he go? He like went back. Don't go that way. Oh, another bird. What? Hey, what's happening? All right, one. No. Hey, yo, what's this? Is that another? That's another rock. It looks like. Yeah, another rock. Ain't messing with you, mages. Nut mages. Not happening. Yeah. Have a taste of your own medicine. Magic. They got berries. Okay, here we go. No, I wasn't talking to you, Google. Okay. So that first, here we go. Am I doing the right thing, guys? Chat, is this it? That's what I'm supposed to do? Whoa, why does he do that? Why did they do that? He like turned around and went back towards the rock. Well, why do they keep turning around and going back towards the rock? And now he's coming back. But I bet you can expect another hour being stuck in here. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I'm not looking forward to be stuck in here for an hour riding on this stupid thing, chasing birds. And now the birds are gone. Fantastic. Just what I was looking for. Well, I do know that I was headed towards that, the volcano, before the birds showed up. But then the birds showed up, and it kind of told me to go in this direction. So I'm going to keep going in this direction. I need like a landmark in the sky or the horizon just to kind of stick with. And you say an hour. I say 2. Just keep track of points of compass and remember where you're heading each time. Okay, so that was like northeast, that direction. Chat. Are you kidding me? You gotta be joking. You think the big rock is my landmark point? Once you get to plains, go straight, and you should reach that rock. Okay, so I'm just gonna go straight right now. I think the rock is the center landmark. Oh, okay, so like the middle of the map. So I'm just gonna go straight. Man, these planes are terrible. Why is this so bad? Oh, bird's coming back. Hey, birdie. Just lead me in the correct direction. Nice. We're gonna make it through this, chat. We're gonna make it through it. I promise. Question, chat. Since we're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Hey, I made it back to that landmark. Okay, so if I just go straight and I head straight west according to the compass, then I run into the landmark from the original campsite. So is there something on this rock that kind of gives me an idea of where I'm supposed to go next? Like, what's the next direction I'm supposed to go? That bird went that way. He's kind of flying away. So now I'm headed. Hey, another rock. I kind of lost my train of thought on the question there. Yeah, I think the birds are the best hunters too. That's why I'm just gonna follow them. So quick question. Anybody here got a PS5 or an Xbox One Series X Series box game thing? You only got a PC? Yeah, I'd like to build one. I got like a bazillion parts lists on PC Part Picker that I've been, putting together and stuff. But I'm debating on whether or not I should go Ryzen or if I should go. Oh, they turned around. They keep going back to the rock. This one keeps going back to the rock. I think that one's going back to the other rock. I'm not sure. But I thought about going Ryzen, but trying to get a hold of Ryzen parts, for budget right now, I was thinking about going Ryzen 3400G, Ryzen 5 3400G, which is an APU. I'm gonna keep heading west. Which is a decent APU. It would run this game and every other game a heck of a lot better than what I'm running with now. No. So, and then later on I can drop a GPU in it and run a little bit, a little bit more powerful, more demanding games. I think it goes back to the rock if you don't follow him. I thought I was though, like I would fly. Oh crap. Like I'm going the right direction, or I'm going the same direction he is. Or at least it feels like I am. Ah! What? How does birds work? Like I'm following the one way off in the distance. Ah, he led me back to this rock. I can't keep my D-pad still. There are a lot of birds in this rock. At this rock, though. Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. Like, he follows me for a minute, and then if I go the wrong way, then he takes off. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at north and head north. If he turns around and goes back, I'm going to turn around and go back. Then I'm going to try east, south, west, and etc. Until I pick the right direction. Yeah, 2-hour stream on the plains, boys. Here we go. Ready for that. Yeah, great stream. Best Breath of Fire 4 stream you've ever seen. Okay, so I'm going north. Let's see. He doesn't like it. So I'm going to turn around. Okay. Let's go. I went north. Let's go east. We're going east. Nope. He didn't like that either. Okay, so now I'm going to go south. So it looked like there was 2 birds, or 3 birds that time. 2 darted off, but 1 is still here. I hope I don't run out of AP, because these nut guys are gonna drain me of it. Keep doing burn. I know it's only 1, but if this is a 2-hour stream, nope, he didn't like that either. But he went that way. Should I follow that one? I'm gonna follow it, because he's gonna get away if I don't. Okay, so he landed back on this rock. Okay. So now that I made it back to this rock, that was southeast. I'm gonna keep going southeast. He turned around. So southeast is not the way to go in this case, it looks like. Oh, we got a nut archer. That's I think the first archer I've seen. I think there's 4 sets of these 3 rocks on the map, and they have different colors. I noticed that. That big one is like grayish, and then this one's red. Hold on, let me heal real quick. I don't want to catch myself, getting complacent. So I'm gonna go back to the red rock here, the red ring rock. And then I went east last, I think. So I'm gonna go south this time. See what happens. Where did the birds go? You remember now. Roy, help me out, bro. When you're at the big rock. Nope, he didn't like that. I'm listening, Roy. I'm listening. You just tell me what to do. So no one's bored to tears here. Make sure the red compass, red should be at the upper left. So it should be northwest, you're saying? Because on a compass, up is north, left is west, right is east, and down is south. So I should just go to the big rock, turn my compass to northwest, and go that direction. I gotta make it back to the big rock though, which I think is this direction. Where'd that bird go? There he is. I think he's gonna lead me back to the big rock. He did. Okay. What luck! Alright, we made it back to the big rock. Now, you said northwest. So, keep going that way? Okay, I made it go back to the big rock. I'm going back to the big rock. Alright. I'm at the big rock. I'm gonna wait for Roy to tell me which direction I should go. You better not be feeding me bad information, Roy. I'll wait on confirmation from Roy. Chat. This is a tense situation, so we're not here for 4 hours. I see the birds flying that direction. Like, they're flying off in the distance. So I have a feeling I'm supposed to go that way. So I should go the direction those birds are flying off in? Is that what you're saying? I think there's also multiple locations you can get to, so carry on and see where it takes you. Okay. I'm gonna go the direction those birds told me to go. Like those way off in the distance there. I'm gonna go that way. Okay, so this is another set of rocks. And it's a triple set of rocks. And they're the same color. They're green, I guess. Okay, so I'm still headed northwest, so I'm gonna keep going northwest. Just to see which way it takes me. See if it leads me anywhere else. Okay, it's pointed to the upper left. It's pointed northwest. I'm headed that direction. So I'm gonna just keep going that direction. And see how it goes. I'm just gonna keep going. Keep on going. Keep on riding the squid thing. That squid thing kind of creeps me out. It's staring at me. What's that in the sky? Hey-oh! Look at here what we found, boys. Look at what we found, boys. We got it. That we got. Yeah, it wouldn't have been as quick if it wasn't for you guys, though. I'm telling you. I would still be stuck out there. If you're a friend, come up by the fire. If you come looking to steal something, you won't find anything here. Well, now, I guess that makes you a friend, eh? Don't see many people riding Welks around here. In fact, the only place you could get one would be Warrant. Is she a Warren? Did you come from Warrant? I see. Sounds like Cray has gotten himself into quite a fix. Oh yeah, because that's his mom. That's right. That's his mom. Right? That's his mom. Chat. Considering what's happened, I imagine they'll execute him. Do what now? Hey, I was kidding. You don't mess around like that. You can tell somebody that your boy's gonna get his head chopped off. If they really did execute him, it'd mean war between Ludia and Warren. And I'm sure they wouldn't want that. My memory is still intact. I'm glad yours is. I might take some. Man, I cannot read. It might take some doing, but I have a feeling that one way or another we'll be able to work something out. I'll try and think of something. It's late now. You should get some rest. Go ahead, use the tent. Yeah, after all that riding on that Welk and getting off and fighting nut guys, I'm pretty sleepy. Hit the rack. Not much of a rack. It's more of just a floor with a nice rug. You figure all that stuff she's got in there, like the posts and the vinage and the rug and the suitcase. No bed. No bed. He must be pretty tired. I suppose that's not surprising, considering how he got here. Most people can't ride Welks that far. Don't worry, you'll need to get back to Golden Plains later. Why do you crush my spirit? Just ask. It's good to know Cray's got friends like that. I feel like you took my feelings and balled them up in a little paper ball and just threw them in the garbage to be picked up by the garbage truck and left out at a dump. Not only do you speak into the Empire, with whom we currently have a truce, I might add, but you are caught doing so and deported. I ask you, is this conduct becoming of a warrior, one who claims to lead the mighty warring nation? Not only have you shamed yourself and us, but I am told you have lost the king's sword, the symbol of the alliance. Yeah, he uses a bat. You haven't seen this? Do you have any idea what your rash, thoughtless actions will cost us and the entire alliance in our dealings with the Empire? Do you? All you're worried about is your dignity and pride. Oh, what a comeback. But how can you just sit there like that when a member of one of the Alliance's royal families, when Alina has been kidnapped by the Empire? Oh, he got mad. You see him punch the desk? He's so angry. We have a greater responsibility to protect the members of the entire Alliance. We can't afford to worry ourselves over one person, even if she is a princess. Ooh, you about to make Cray angry. Grab a Snickers, Cray. Oh, I remember that. All right then, Ryu. Why don't you come with me to the nearest town? Ryu got King's Sword. You can use this sword. You might need it to get to town. We have to go through areas populated by monsters. Let's get going then, shall we? He just walked through that rope. You see that? He's a magician. He knows magic. I mean, he can turn into a dragon, so I would expect nothing less. What's in your chest? You got anything in there? He's a dragon boy. He can walk on water. You got that right. She's got nothing in there. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Not really. You didn't have a bed. That was the hardest floor I've ever slept on. We've got to do something, but what? What? Have you thought of something we could tell them about that would get Cray out of this predicament? No, I was sleeping the whole time, lady. About Alina. Princess Alina, huh? It's true that Prince Morley is engaged to marry her, but he's the kind of person to worry more about Ludia and her standing with the Empire than other countries more than about one person. Bringing up Alina wouldn't do much good. Words, I can't read them. Gotta do something, but what? What? Have you thought of something we could tell them about that would get Cray out of this predicament? Tell her. About the King's Sword. The King's Sword? You mean Cray lost that? That explains a lot. Then that sword is the symbol of the Alliance. Losing it wouldn't exactly make him popular. But I got it. I just can't tell you because I don't know how to speak. What? Oh, he didn't lose it? You broke it? Yep. Wait a minute. That's it. If the sword, which was supposed to have been lost, was to turn up again, that'd be one less thing they could hold against Cray. It'll work. And I know just the person to help us. Oh boy. There's a volcano called Mount Glom south of here. So I gotta go straight south. I'm assuming that's towards that volcano direction. There's a smith that lives inside that mountain. Man, he's baller. If he can live inside a mountain like in a volcano, that's dope. He can make us a copy of the King's Sword. Someone back at Warren should be able to tell you how to get to Mount Glom. Will you go? Yeah, but do I gotta ride the thing there? Thanks, good luck. So I gotta go back to... That ain't cool, bro. So now I gotta ride back? Or is it just gonna... Okay. Whoo! I was gonna say. Uh-oh. Something happened in camp? What's going on? Another King's Sword. With this, we might be able to help Craig get out of trouble. Thank you, Ryu. You're welcome. I'm sure someone in Warrant will be able to tell us how to get to Mount Glom. Glom? Gloam? Let's get back to Warrant as soon as we can. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's roll out. Leave the plains. Okay, so now I go back to Warrant. So now I need to go talk to somebody who knows about Mount Glom. Is it Glom? Was I right? Do you know there's a shrine out on the eastern edge of the Golden Plains? Tarn takes care of it. She's also a priestess of Cho Ryong, the grass dragon. That sounds kind of important. Like I should go there. Should I go there, chat? To the far east? I don't want to get lost, but... Did you find Tarn? She's got a good head on her shoulders, doesn't she? Not like the elders. They get excited over even the smallest thing. Yeah, they wanted to kill him right away. Not who I wanted to talk to. Maybe I should go... Not that guy. He's gonna hit me in the head with a spinny stick. Thought of this dude. Welcome back. The elders have been waiting for your return. Good. That's who I'm supposed to talk to then, I assume. Hey, elders. Guys, I found her. To get to Mount Glom, you first have to head east over the plains. When you get to the large stone, you need to... Chat. Help me out, chat. When you get to the large stone, you need to turn to the south. You'll see a mountain with a plume of smoke coming out of it. That's Mount Glom. Alright, here we go. Nope, I went the wrong door. East, stone, south. Okay, cool. Just ask, I appreciate it. Helping me out putting that in chat so I don't forget. Man, I feel like the sound in this game, like, just the way the computer's handling it. This sounds kind of choppy. Does it sound choppy to y'all? It sounds choppy to me. Sounds clipping a lot? That's what I thought. I don't know why. I wasn't doing this yesterday. I mean, it did a little bit, but not... I wonder if that... Where it... No! I need... Do I not get the welt back? So I said head east. That leads me back out. Maybe my emulator settings. It could be. I wonder if it has anything to do with OBS. Like, switching over to OBS. Because when I was with Streamlabs, I didn't have any issues. You said east, stone, and then south. East is this way, but that leads me back out. Maybe it's this way. I'm gonna try this way. What happened in my welt? Yeah, but left on a compass isn't west. Left on a compass is... Or isn't east. Left on a compass is west. Or am I just a moron? But the red arrow always points to the north. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am a moron. Well, I guess I did lose my welt because I got the party now. So you just answered my question. I am an idiot. So when red is on the left, that means you're headed east. Yep, I'm a dummy. A big old dummy. Like the largest of dummies. The compass always points north. So I'm headed east. Oh, here we go. There's the birds. I think the white arrow is north. So basically, you're starting at east. The white arrow is north or the red arrow is north? I always thought the red arrow was north. The red arrow is north. That's what I thought. I thought the red arrow was north. Got him. Threw a ball of light at him. Okay, we're at the red rock. And now it's south. So I should go that way, towards the volcano. I'm gonna just rock this direction, fellas. Here we go. I feel like I'm moving just as fast on my feet than I was on the Welk, but I could be wrong. See, like, does it sound choppy now? Because it don't sound choppy now. Ooh, ow. He got a lucky strike. I hit him for the exact damage he hit me for. That is kind of funny. We're going to keep moving towards the volcano, boys. I remember the audio was choppy sometimes on your previous streams as well. Yeah, so it could be the settings in the emulator. I'm gonna have to play with that. It's funny though, cause like I'll start the emulator and start OBS, Streamlabs OBS, and I'll start the emulator, start the game, and it'll go through like the opening cutscene, and it'll sound choppy for a minute, and then it'll cut away, like it'll go back to normal. And it seems like only certain places in the game is where it's choppy. Like when I'm out here, it seems fine, but when I get into a town, it's definitely more choppy than when I'm just out running around in other areas. RetroArch is the name of it. It's a pretty nice emulator. Basically, it's a program. You run RetroArch, and then if you want to download or get a like a PlayStation emulator, you can just go into the menus and download whichever emulator you want. It downloads, then you go get the game you want ISO from another site, and then you load the core, and then you find the game you want, and then you just find the file wherever you saved it to in whatever directory, and then you just open up RetroArch, load core, and then load the game, find the game in the directory. And this is running, and it might have to do with since this is a PlayStation emulator, they need a BIOS, but every time I run RetroArch and I run this game, it tells me there's no BIOS installed, so that could have something to do with it too. Oh boy, this looks absolutely terrifying. I don't know if there's any treasures in here. Ooh, there is one. That's a bag, not really a treasure chest, but I'll take it. Whoa, a wid and a fire wid. That one's green though, it looks different to me. Um, let's go ahead and attack this one, and then I want. I think RetroArch also has achievement system that works with old school games. That's pretty cool. Oh, does it? That's dope. I didn't know that. Let's cool off this firewood. Wood. W-Y-D. Wid? Oh, it missed. Of course it missed. I was trying to put him out. Now they're both on fire. It healed him. Did a little damage to the other one. I want to hit him to put him out. There, well, it killed him. So it didn't do what I wanted it to. Close enough, but. Put him out. Or kill him. Either way is good. Either way works for me. Let's go see what this item is. A fire ward. That ought to be handy here. Equip. So, glass domino. What does glass domino do? It just gives me defense. Increases wearer's resistance to fire attacks. Yeah, I want that on. Who do I want to put that on? I want to put that on her. Because that doesn't really change much. Like her defensive stats and such. This place looks cool. Inside a volcano. Feels like I'm playing Breath of the Wild. Just checked about the audio issues. There's a couple of things that could be causing stutter and crackle in the audio. Did you change your audio Did you change your audio latency settings? Setting it too low can cause crackle. 24 is generally the lowest I can go on my system here before encountering issues. I would have to double check that. And I probably will, unless it's super annoying to you guys right now. I'd rather wait until after stream to change that setting. But I am going to write that down. That way I do remember. So audio latency settings. That's not too bad right now. Okay, cool. I'm gonna write that down. That way I don't forget. My little notebook. Always like to keep a notebook close by. Cause I'm an old man. Old man can't remember nothing. Audio. Now you're talking about the audio latency in OBS. 24. Oops. In RetroArch. Okay. It's at least 24. Okay. In RetroArch. Okay, cool. I'll check that after stream. And hopefully that'll fix the problem. Okay, ooh, a Drake. This thing looks kind of tough. Have I fought one of those before? I might have. Let's bring in Urshan again, since that's my heavy hitter. I want to take out this one. Wid. Alright, that took him out. That was fast. I want to guard against this guy. He looks like he might have something. Maybe. Come on, do a move. He's not doing a move. Chat, tell him to do a move that I can learn. He's not doing anything. I guess I'll just kill him. I'll just kill him. Don't counter me. Only I'm allowed to do that. So, anybody playing any interesting games here lately? What y'all been playing? Whoa! What is happening? Well, that ain't cool. Looks like I gotta go. Ooh, chest. I'm glad that happened. I can get to the chest now. Ooh, that's got a lot of money in it. But now what? How do I get? Or can I get over there? I'm using a PS4 controller. Don't counter me. She does absolutely 0 damage to that guy. She is worthless. Yeah! Love it when I do. I can't help but laugh every time he gets hit. Yeah! I would have to say, coolness-wise, Caius is probably my favorite character. Just like his design and stuff is really cool. I also just read, try hitting space on your keyboard while in game. That will disable VSync and it could help with stuttering. So should I hit it now, just while I'm playing? Or should I wait until I hear a stutter and then hit it? That like sped it up. Maybe save the game in case. I don't know what it did. It fast forwarded it. Forwarded. Okay, so I can't go that way. I look stuck. Am I stuck? No, I'm not stuck. I feel stuck in the spot. Like I can't get out. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Save the game before I go messing with any settings. I hit spacebar and it acted like it sped it up. It does. It like speeds it up just a touch. That's kind of interesting. Oh, come on. Ooh, big crit. Yeah. Love it when he gets hit. It's just so funny. Makes me laugh, makes me giggle. Let's heal him. Did it put him out? It did. That's so cool. Having that ability to just put him out. Put the fire out. Yeah. Got hit again. It's going to heal again. Or not. That's fine. Any games that y'all are playing? What have y'all been playing? Anything interesting? Anything new? Old? So that comes up out of the lava too. That does. So it looks like I need to get in a fight on this piece of rock for it to change. I've been trying to find a game to play throughout lockdown, but nothing keeps my interest for more than a couple of hours. I kind of have that problem too. There is not really anything that is, I'm like, oh yeah, I must play that, and it keeps my attention. That's kind of one of the big reasons why I started streaming, was like, it kind of makes me play them, because, you know, you guys come in to watch me play a game that I've been playing for a while, you want to kind of see the end of it, or at least I hope you do. So it kind of it makes me want to play that game and continue it until I'm done with it, until those last credits roll. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I started streaming. And since I found this retro art, it really takes me back to the olden days. And I would have never found retro art if it wasn't for Brown Bear. Trying to play back Front Mission 3. Oh man, that's an old game. That's the one with the mechs, right? A buddy of mine used to love that game. Yeah, I feel the same. I want to start streaming one day, but got to move somewhere where I wouldn't be getting noise complaints. Oh, really? You get noise complaints? Like during stream, or is there just a lot of people making a lot of racket, or what's going on? Because for me, as someone that watches, you know, Twitch and streamers and things of that nature, when someone's streaming and there's some background noise, like my kids or someone else's kids or their dog or whatever, it doesn't make a difference to me. To me, it gives a little character to the stream. It makes you feel, as a viewer, you feel a little bit more personal and more involved with the streamer, because you might find something there that in common, i.e. a dog or a kid. And I've noticed at my age, I haven't found a whole lot of people around my age that are, especially small streamers, that have kids or whatever. And I definitely enjoy the smaller streamers than the large ones, just because you feel a little bit more involved. Yeah, Wanzers, that's right. Or Wanzers. I remember that. I remember that game. He used to play that a lot. He also used to play a game called Ogre Battle. Vitamin. Okay. He used to play a game called Ogre Battle for, I want to say, I know there's multiples, but I want to say he used to play it for the N64. Ogre Battle 64. And it's like a tactics game. Because Front Mission is kind of like a tactics style game, isn't it? Or am I just thinking of something else? Ah, why did I attack her? She does absolutely no damage to Giant Lizard Man. There you go, Urshan. Coming in from the back row. Yeah, Wanzers. That's a weird name. Wanzers. Sounds like a food. Like, hey bro, I'm going out for Wanzers. You want some? I'm gonna pick you up a Wanzer and a Diet Coke. Yeah, let's go this way. I need to heal though. No. Yeah, that was the right one. I was losing my mind there for a minute. Just getting a fight here, and then I want to go through that doorway. Come on, come on, come on. Get in the battle, get in the battle. Let's go. Yeah, tactics game. How y'all feel about Final Fantasy Tactics, or Final Fantasy in general? Yeah, I want him to attack. I don't want her to attack because she's lame. And I want him to attack. Counter. Stop that. Man, those things are annoying, countering all the time. I think I've only really enjoyed playing PS1 games back in the day. So my favorites are Breath of Fire 4, Metal Gear Solid, and Abe's Odyssey. I agree. Like 100%. I grew up NES. Like we had one, but I didn't play it much. I was more of an outside kid. I was quite young. And then I went over to my best friend's house, and he had a Super NES. And I remember the first game I ever really sat down and played. That was Mega Man X for Super Nintendo. We played it together. And that was back in 5th grade. Metal Gear Solid is awesome. We sat down and played Mega Man X until the end, until we beat it. And we were fairly young. And it's really funny. My best friend's mom just sent me a card, let's say it was like a month ago, of a Polaroid uh, picture of what she took when I came over to their place and hung out and played Mega Man X for, I think it was like the third time at that point. See, I knew I should go in here as a treasure in here. So I found that really cool to have that picture. I was like, man, that's awesome. And go back and, see that. Like, yeah, I remember that. That's so cool. Power 32 is a powerful weapon. 58 to 70. So I found that really, really cool to have that little piece of nostalgia next to my bed. That's where I keep it. And so I grew up NES. Well, I was born SNES. I grew up playing, or I was born NES, and I grew up playing SNES. And like I said, first game I ever played was Mega Man X. So I really didn't start getting into video games until the Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1 era. I had a Genesis, but I didn't have a whole lot of games for it. I only had a couple. I remember having Lion King for Genesis, which was a really cool game. I hope if you play it, don't play it for the SNES because it's awful on the Super Nintendo, but it's good on the Genesis. And I had Aladdin, and I rented games for the Genesis. I never bought any for the Genesis. If I was buying games, I was buying them for the Super Nintendo until I got a PlayStation. And once I got a PlayStation, I got rid of my Genesis. And I think I gave away my Super Nintendo. No. I still have my Super Nintendo. That's right. But I'm missing the AC adapter for my Super Nintendo. That's it. And my buddy, my best friend, he still has his Super Nintendo, and he still has his copy of Chrono Trigger, his original copy, and it's in like fantastic shape. So that's really cool, and that's one of my that's actually my favorite game of all time is Chrono Trigger. But my first real big RPG that I ever played, that I ever laid my hands on, was Final Fantasy VII. And when they made the remake, talk about a nostalgia trip there. Holy crap. That was like when I first heard about it, I was like, what? They're making a remake of my favorite RPG, or my favorite, my first RPG that I really sat down and played? That's amazing. So it's kind of cool. And what's really interesting about the original release date for the remake was supposed to be March 3rd. And the first time I played Final Fantasy VII was, of course, over at my buddy's house, over at my best friend's house. And when they made the announcement that they're making a remake for 7, they put a release date on it. And the release date was March 3rd, which happened to be his birthday. So I thought that was like stupid awesome. Like, wow, that's kind of cool. One day when I have a big house and I can build a man cave in there, I'll definitely try to acquire all those old school consoles. That's really cool if you can. They're expensive, and there's some, you think NES, SNES, PlayStation 2, PS3, Genesis, but there's so many other ones that you've never even heard of, that I've never even heard of. There's one called an FM Towns Marty. You're currently putting together your man cave? Is that what you stream in, Brown Bear? This is kind of my man cave, which is more like the office. I would like to put my man cave upstairs, but I really can't do that just because I like to. The office has windows everywhere. So I can see out towards the backyard. I can see the driveway. I can see the street. So if anybody comes, I can be prepared for them. So when they ring the doorbell, Lila, my dog, doesn't go absolutely insane. So I like to be able to see out the front windows and stuff. It's just nice to have that ability to do. You've heard of Are you answering yes because you've heard of a FM Towns, Marty? Do you have one? Hi ho, and who might you be? Excuse me, we're sorry to bother you, but we need you to make something for us. Ho, the King's Sword. Of course I know what it is. I made it. No, no, wouldn't be hard to make another one just like it. But I need certain materials if I'm gonna make one. Of course you do. What do you need? Ho ho, there's a rare metal called fairy drop. It can only be found in the realm of fairies. It's always something weird, ain't it? The only problem is that, as you know, fairies can't be seen by ordinary folk like us. Urshan was able to see them. Ho ho, well then, that makes things easier, doesn't it? All you have to do is now find some fairies and bring back a fairy drop. You stream from the man cave, okay. This weekend I'm probably gonna move around a lot. Move a lot around. Man, I cannot read. You gonna move some stuff around in the man cave? It's nice when you can just kind of get away, go into your man cave or go into a room and just kind of take a deep breath, especially when you got kids, man. Like, they make the joke where you walk, the men's favorite room is the bathroom. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of is, because no one bothers you in there. You just kind of gives you a minute to just sit down and take a breath and go, okay, better. I feel better. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, it's gonna make things look cool in my background while I stream. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. I like seeing stuff like that. It's really cool when you get to see people's stuff in the back and like what they got set up. I want a decent camera. And I was asking you last night what kind of camera you have, but I got sidetracked because my wife was wrapping my son's birthday presents. So I kind of got sidetracked. I heard you said you had a Logitech, but that's all I caught. So what kind of cam is it? Witchwood. That's where the fairies are, right? You live alone, so just escape the reality that I'm alone. Yeah. A C920. Okay. It's a Logitech C920. I'd like to get a cam. Just because I feel like I like to get, kind of vocal on stream, and I hope y'all don't mind that. And kind of, I don't know, give characters a voice, sort of. So I try and do not necessarily voice acting, but I try and give them a personality. But I feel I can give more if I had a cam, but it's got to be the right cam, and I also need a better mic. I hear a voice. Did you? Maybe. It's spooky in here. Let's go find these fairies again. Where? How? Oh, here we go. I'm a moron. There we go. There we go. There's some sparkles. Some sparkles right here. Get the sparkles. Gotta get the sparkles. Gotta go around the bushes. Get. How am I supposed to get the sparkles? Oh, wait. What's this? Looks like a little path or something right here. Nope. Get. Aha. Here we go. Got the sparkles. Hey, what are you doing? We won't do anything to you, I promise. More sparkles. That means more fairies. What? A fairy drop? They say they want a fairy drop. There aren't any around here. There used to be a lot where we lived. But y'all are fairies. Y'all can't just produce one. That's it. Do you want to come to where we live and get a fairy drop? Okay, then. Turn around. They're messing with us. Normal people can't go to where we live. But since you've got a dragon with you, you can. Probably. I think. Oh boy. They could drop stuff on their head. A rock for Urshan, a flower pot for Nina, and a rock. Or no. Yeah, a rock for Ryu. Was that a weight for Urshan? It'll only hurt for a little bit. Don't look up. And it played the sleeping music. That's hilarious. Thanks for coming. We fairies used to live here in the land of dreams. But then those big meanies came. Did you hear that? That's them. That's those nightmares snoring. They're big and nasty, and ugly too. They attacked us and drove us out of our homes. Mean old nightmares. Alright, Dragon Boy, we'll give you a fairy drop if you promise to get rid of them for us. Alright, let's go fight the... whatever the nightmares are. What does the sign say? There's a signpost. There's nothing written on it right now. Well, I guess it doesn't say anything. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. I'm very glad to meet you. Why? I was getting tired of the taste of fairy. I think I'll have you instead. Oh, interesting. This is weird. I should have saved before I come in here. Whoa, that thing is ugly. How do you pronounce that name? Mago? The N is silent? Maybe? Let's go ahead and hit it with just magic or regular attacks. Counter. Figures. Okay, she's like useless now for physical attacks.
Do I have some? Do I have some?
My daughter's come in here and asked me if she has dance today. She does. She has dance class.
There's two right now.
Okay. Stop countering the ugly thing. This thing's got a lot of HP too. That's another thing, like with cams versus no cams. I feel like without a cam, you kind of need like quietness because there's no, it's a surprise to the viewer when someone walks in and says something through the mic, like a new person. Whenever there's a cam, you kind of see the person walk in and you're like, oh, who's that? There's like not really an expectation. That's not the word I'm looking for. But it's not a sudden event that happens. You actually see them and you can be like, oh, hey, that must be his daughter, or that must be his wife, or his dog, or son, or his pet chicken, or a giant lizard, or whatever. So you see it before it actually, before it actually happens. When someone just speaks into a microphone, it's more of like, it's startling, almost like, oh, who's that talking? That's not the streamer. That's not Hadoken. That's someone else. That's weird. Or is that my audio? What's going on? So, I don't know. It's just me. Welcome, travelers, to the land of dreams. Hello, and goodbye. Chuck 'em? Let's chuck 'em. Phantom Second Son frequently uses sleep. Well, that's no good. What if I confuse him, and then he uses sleep on himself? Aha! That sounds like a plan. Actually, I want to use item and switch because they're not using any kind of they're not any kind of elemental enemy. Did it work? Nope. Of course it didn't. Why would it? Never works for me. Wow. The animation is awesome. Does it put everyone to sleep? No. It does. It attacks everybody. 199. He's strong to physical. Let's hit him with Cyclone. I don't know if I've seen that yet. Special burn. Actually, you know what? I got a feeling that sleep move is obtainable. So I'm gonna give it a shot. 447. It's pretty good. Rock Blast. Not learnable. Craze already got it, but been nice for someone else to know it. I think I'm gonna just hit it with Sever. And then I want to guard again. Not sure if just ask, do you know if this area has any enemies or any, like, I know I keep asking you, or Roy, if you know, if there's any enemies in here that have moves that I should be learning for sure. Like, don't miss this, because this is important, or this is a really good ability. Okay, sleep is not learnable. I guess sleep isn't learnable, so I guess I'll just take them out. Special, let's burn them. Not really sure, probably the boss, yeah. You're probably right, it's probably just the boss. Burn. Man, he's strong against everything. Not strong against that though. And his face. Fist to the face. Magic shard. Nice. I know I got a couple of those. I need to use them. I need to heal too. Let's see. Use. Heal. I'm kind of paranoid. I don't want to let anybody get too low on HP. What was I doing? Oh yeah, those magic. Whoops. Those magic shards. I got 2 of them. I want to give him some more magic too, because he's kind of low, or her, Urshan. Are there more nightmares? There's got to be more than one, or more than 2. Here we go. What a good, refreshing nap that was. I'm glad you're here. I could use some exercise. Bring it on, you nightmare. Kyo. 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 Let's say Kyo. Alright, let's bring Urshan back in. $109, 162. I should read his description too to see what he uses more. Wow, that was terrible. Phantom's foreson likes to play with its prey. That sounds bad. Let's burn him. Let's burn him to death. And then let's give a ooh. Let's try burn and cyclone. Does that give me a different combo? And then frost, triple combo. 0 damage. Simoon, that is a new combo. That's dope. But it does no damage. So apparently he's just high defense and extremely high magic defense, because magic's not doing anything. So high magic defense that it does absolutely nothing. Weaken. Lowers his, yeah, lowers defense. Fantastic. Got a nice crit for 311 though. $105, 158. So, I don't remember where I asked this at. I might have asked it in the last stream, or if it was on Discord. I asked about, so Brown Bears want me to play Pokemon, because I've never played a Pokemon game. So I'm an extreme noob at Pokemon, and I was asking if I should like take a day of the week, just kind of break it up a little bit, so people aren't watching the same thing. If I take a day of the week, like Friday, for instance, and do a longer stream like I am today with this, if it's possible, and do like Pokemon Fridays or whatever, and like every Friday I play a Pokemon game, and in this case it'll be Fire Red because I want to start with the old school ones, but not so old school. Why don't you take a rest, a long permanent rest? Never get to read that all. Kept tabbing X. What do y'all think about that, or do y'all want me to go ahead and finish this game out and come back to Pokemon? Udi or Uddy? Oh, why is my controller acting up? Something's not working with my controller. Oh, the controller disconnected. Yeah, the Game Boy version, but it's the hang on 2 seconds, my controller got disconnected. It's the Game Boy Advance version. So Fire Red, it's like the remake or remaster or whatever you would call it of Pokemon Red, the original. And I was wondering if I should do make it a Friday thing. And I'm pretty sure Brown Bear was like, no, make it, there we go. Only do, finish this game, give Pokemon, play it all the way through too. And I was just curious what y'all were thinking about that. If I should just make a day of it to kind of break up the games that I play. Or should I finish this one and move on to Pokemon after I finish this one? That was my original idea. Let's see. You're not a fan of Pokemon, so I don't mind either way. Yeah, I can't say, oh, don't do that. Don't steal my AP. I need that stuff. Okay, so I need to do magic on this guy for sure. I can't hit him any other way. I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of Pokemon. I've never played it, so I couldn't give you an honest opinion on it. So I'm not biased to either one, but I would like to try it, I'd like to try Pokemon. It's good to finish this game first and move to Pokemon, but it depends on me. Yeah. Okay, that's probably what I'll do, is I'll probably just finish this game out, especially if y'all are enjoying this playthrough. I'll finish this game on out and then start Pokemon after I finish this one. I'm not sure how long Breath of Fire 4 is. I want to say it's... Well, I'm not really sure. I don't want to give a time on it because I have no idea. Does anyone else know how long this game is? Like hours-wise? Yeah, he's way more weak to magic than... Whoa! That's my first over 1,000 damage that I've gotten so far. You don't think I'm at the halfway mark yet? Okay, well, that's good to know. I mean, I'm really enjoying the game, so... I can't complain of how good it is, because it is very fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I am looking forward to the next playthrough, though. That's for sure. I think it has 4 or 5 chapters in total. Okay. So you come to help the fairies. That was luck. I didn't even know he was back there. Get back their homes, you say? I'm terribly sorry, but what's ours is ours, and what's theirs is ours too. What a jerk. Bacta. Let's see. Phantom's oldest son, usually quiet. He has a vicious attack. Okay, so I gotta be careful of that. Let's bring in Urshan for HP. Maximum HP. 176. 226. Lucky strike. Nice counter. Okay, not too bad. That wasn't too bad. If that was his vicious attack, that wasn't too bad. Just ask. You said spacebar was to disable the V-Sync or whatever. When I push spacebar, it seems like it just, you know, speeds up a little bit. So I'm not sure if that's the button layout for me. It could be different for something else. I was wondering if you knew if it could be another button other than spacebar. Oh boy, what is that? It's got a huge nose. That's what I read online, so don't know actually. Okay, I'll check it out after stream. I'm assuming that's the boss, so I am going to heal up as much as I can. I know these only give like 20 HP. Man, Urshan got all that HP. But once you go through settings, you can see if you find VSync setting. Okay, I'll look for that. I'll write that down too so I don't forget, because once again, memory is terrible. VSync setting. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's go fight this giant egg nose thing. I see you have gone to all the trouble to defeat all my little helpers. I would like to show you my appreciation by defeating you. Here we go. God. I can't help but laugh. Phantom. Its attack and attributes change with its size. That's not good. Well, let's attack it, I guess. Let's bring in Urshan just because of HP and such. Strength. Now let's see what happens. Okay, 212. It's growing bigger. 267. Nosedive. Hey, I think it's gonna hurt. That wasn't too bad. So it got bigger, but it didn't really do anything like detrimental. So let's go bit. No, I don't want to. I'm actually just gonna attack it again because her AP is at 25. I don't want to waste all my AP when his attributes change when he's weak to magic. Holy crap, he's huge. Is this gonna hurt more now that he's bigger? No, it hurt less. So his physical damage output is much worse if I just attack him. Or if he gets bigger, it seems. Vacuum. Ah! In through his nose has teeth on it. Okay, that hurt a little bit. That wasn't awful, but it did hurt. His nose has teeth on it. That's disgusting. Does he eat through his nose then? He doesn't have a mouth. Like, I get it. He's a video game character. However, I like to put a little realism to my battles or my characters. He eats through his mouth. Or through his nose. That's gross. Of course he eats through his mouth. We all eat through our mouth. This boss doesn't seem that bad. And I'm assuming none of this stuff is learnable. I'm just gonna keep attacking. This seems to be working fairly well. Vacuum is not super dangerous. There's the eyeballs inside his nose. Unless that's him. Like, you see his eyeballs to his nose. I don't know. And missed. Now I'm just rambling. This seems to be working, just attacking him. That's effective. I'm hitting him for 100.5-ish. And he's hitting me with double digits, unless he does vacuum, and that has a chance to miss. Yeah, that missed. So this boss isn't all that bad, unless he's got a buttload of HP, which is still fine. I can wait him out. Yeah, that's weak sauce. Easy boss, yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, he looks intimidating just based on his size alone, but otherwise, his attacks and his defense is pretty easy to deal with. Nosedive is a super weak move. Yeah. Double-digit damage. It's hardly anything. Like, I want to attack him with magic just because I'm curious, but I'm afraid that'll change something within his attack pattern. And I don't want it to change because this is easy. I don't want to hit him with fire or wind or something or earth, and now he's doing detrimental moves that are taking me out. Nice crit. I like the way he spins around. He's got cool animations. Who's y'all's favorite character so far in this game? Got him. And if you tell me it was that boss, then I know you're lying. Magic shard. Get a lot of magic shards in here. Like one or two per enemy. Alright, I killed the nose. It's like a nose pass. I know that's a Pokemon. Nose pass. I know some of the Pokemon names, but I don't know like their moves or anything. But I know Nose Pass is one of them. Skyus and Faolu. Yeah, Faolu's pretty dope. He's a cool character. Like, he's cool, calm, and collected. I would say it's between those two, Skyus and Faolu. I like Faolu probably a little bit more because he talks. Like, you know, he speaks. But I like Skyus's overall aesthetics. Like, he's a dog in like a robe with a samurai sword. That idea is just cool. You did it. You really did it. Thank you so much. Now we can live here again in peace. Oops, almost forgot. I promised you I'd give you something, didn't I? Wait just a second. Whew. That was a big one. Here you go. Wait. Oh, it's fairy drop. That's a poo. It's a fairy poo. She just dropped the fairy poo right in my hand. How wonderful. A fairy drop? Look at all the colors. It's so beautiful. Gross. Hey, don't stare at it like that. It's embarrassing. Yeah, but you just handed me a fairy poo. That's kind of gross. Thanks, Dragon Boy. Come back and play with us again sometime. Bye. Alright, I got my fairy poo. Now we can have another king sword made. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, got fairy poo. Let's head back and go get king sword made. Huh. My internet's kind of going in and out for some reason. That's never happened when I'm, like, plugged in. The weird part is normally I stream on, well, I stream plugged in, but when I first started streaming, I was like on Wi-Fi, and I would watch I would watch it go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it was rather annoying. And I was like, I can't have that, so I had to plug in. The only problem is the house we live in is really long. It's almost like a shotgun house, and I don't know if you know what a shotgun house is, but if you go to like Louisiana, southern Mississippi, like along the coastline, there's houses that are really long houses, and they're called shotgun houses. And that's kind of how like this house is, but it's all brick, and it's a good size house, but it's a really long house, very deep house. And it used to not be, but the guy that built it put an addition on it, which consisted of another living room and a big bedroom and master bathroom. Well, the internet connection when we first moved to this house, the cable that the original router was plugged into from the people that used to live here was over by in the living room, the main living room. Well, my office where I stream and play games and stuff like that. And so where the TV is and the router is, that's the back of the house. Well, the router or the TV and office and stuff where I game is at the front of the house. And these walls are not drywall, they're plaster. So it's very difficult for the signal to get through. There's a lot of hiccups there. So when I was first starting to stream on Wi-Fi, that was just unacceptable. It just was not working at all. So I couldn't do that anymore. I was like, no, I'm not doing this over Wi-Fi. But I couldn't move the modem anywhere. The only way to really move the modem would be to have the cable company come out and move it for me. And I forgot how much it cost. They said it would cost to have them move it, but more than I wanted to pay. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I bought a 75-foot Ethernet cord that I run from the modem all the way back to the office. It's just running along the ground. And whenever I'm done for the day, I unplug it, roll it up, and just leave it in the office. I know, kind of whack, right? But it works for me. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, let's go talk to this guy. Get the sword made. Is he up here? Oh, what's this? Got your fairy poo. Just look at that color, that shine. It's the shiniest poo I've ever seen. This is one of the most beautiful fairy drops I've ever seen. I have no idea if it's from Comcast. The company the local company is called Vicksburg Video. It's just a town we live in, and then Video. But I do know that like Comcast and Time Warner, there's the three big major players, and I don't know who owns Vicksburg Video. I don't know if it's Time Warner or Comcast. Now that I've got this, I can make another king sword for you. You wait right there. I'll have this done in a jiffy. Ha! Wah! There it is, boys. Well, what do you think? I told you it'd be ready in a jiffy. Not a bad job if I say so myself. Here you go. You got king sword. Again. Thank you very much, sir. With this, we might be able to help Cray. Let's get back to the castle. All right, here we go. Now I can get back to the castle and finally get Cray back in the party, hopefully. Let's move, boys. Another question for you guys, if y'all know. So with stream and stuff, like, I wanted to, like, let's say I wanted to take a break, okay? And I bring up the starting soon screen or whatever. I want to be able to, like, play music during that. And I know there's issues with, um, copyright and stuff like that. But I know there's a thing that you can do within OBS that Streamlabs is doing where you can take this program and run it kind of like in the background and it plays music over that. But it doesn't really work very well. So I was looking for another option to do that. Do y'all have any idea how to inlay music, like stuff that I own or something of that nature, into the stream when I go take a break and I put on a starting screen or I'll be right back screen or something? To get to Mount Glom, you first have to head east over the plains. When you get there, Larstone is east, south. Oh, that's Mount Glom. I was just there. So I need to get to the castle. That's not the castle. This isn't the right place. This is where he's from. I need to go this way. Not really sure about playing music due to DMCA. I think Twitch had proposed an app for that. Okay. I don't think there's another fishing spot sign in here. Yeah, because I was just curious, because the sit in silence just is weird. Okay, let's keep on moving. Get to the castle. All right, Ludia. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, this looks it. The castle is this direction, right? Yeah, this is it. Castle Ludia. Yep, I know that. They wouldn't let me through last time. I'm sorry, but this area is being used for the inquiry of Chief Cray. No one is allowed entry. Yeah, this is where they wouldn't let me go. I have vital information regarding Cray. It's about the King's Sword. The King's Sword? Why, it's right here. Whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? What is happening now? It was just returned to us by the Empire. In exchange for its return, they have made several difficult demands to us. Among them, changes to our treaty. Changes that we have little choice but to accept. Hold up. But my sister, we were going to... Yeah, what a liar. Tell me about it. Silence! This is no longer a matter you need to concern yourself with. Know this. Cray's punishment. I didn't read it all before I hit X. will not be light. Oh, Cray. Oh, Cray. He's gonna get executed. Off with his head. No, let's not do that. Yeah, bye, Cray. Nice knowing you. Sias, can't you keep your eye on them? You let them go off and make a fake sword like that? What were you thinking? You said to what? To watch them. You didn't say anything about stopping them. The next time they try to do something, let me know immediately. Understand? This dude's got a real problem. He seems kind of feeble. Pretty sure Sias can take him. Oh, that CPU droppage. Try that VSync thing. Oh, here we go. I guess our only hope now is to get Cray out of there ourselves. You'll help me, won't you, Ryu? Thank you. Alright, let's wait until dark in our room. No, that seemed to work. Spacebar, I think, is what I'm supposed to hit. I think you were right. Oh, don't worry, Sias. Everything's fine. Let's go. Where were we supposed to go? I was worried about the VSync stuff. I missed where I was supposed to go. Go to the house in Ludia and rest. Okay. Gotta turn around. Went the wrong way. Thank you, Just Ass. Okay. I'm assuming it's the one that we kind of broke out of. This one here. This is the one I was in, right? Before? But it's not really a house, is it? So unacceptable factory towns. No, that's the business. The one with the guards. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Because I broke out of this one. Yeah. Those two buildings look the same, so it's kind of hard to pick which one is the right one. I mean, the guard should kind of give it away. Oh, here we go. I wouldn't be moving too much if I was you. I don't think I've ever seen a person as bad off as you. But I'm a god. Alright then. Let's go. But first... Uh, let's save. Diary. Okay, here we go. No, I have no idea what level I am. Status. Or are there levels in this game? Level 17. There they are. I was like, yeah, I know there's levels. Yeah, I found it. It just took me too long. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Can you believe it? I had no idea the prince was so cold-hearted. Maybe so, but I bet people in his position have to be like that in order to do what they have to do. Nah. That's just called bad leadership. Oh boy. He certainly is keeping an eye on us, isn't he? I suppose it wouldn't do much good talking to him, would it? No, sir. Aren't you gonna try and stop us, Sias? Nah, he's kind of on your side. He just gave a thumbs up. I was told to tell them if you did anything. They didn't tell me to stop you. Like, I don't know if Sias is just like a moron and dumbfounded or what, or if he's doing this on purpose. Thank you, Sias. I guess you're one of the good guys. Like, he even gives like he scratches his chin. Like, what? What are you talking about? He's sleeping. Wise man, Sias. Okay. Defeat the guards. You only have one turn before the guard calls for help. Use combo attacks to defeat the. Oh God, I am screwed here. This is gonna not work out well at all. So he has a shield, so I'm assuming. Let's burn. I'm gonna hit him with everything I got. Exclamation marks. 150. Simoon. That killed him. That was 891. That's a lot of damage. You want a great victory. Level 16, alright. Oh, and there's regular encounters in the castle too. Fantastic. Whoa, I got a roach problem. Let's go here. Use Urshan. Really? Man, if I was to walk into a castle and I was just walking around, just mind my own business, and I saw these giant cockroaches in this castle, but I would leave so quick. You would never see me again. You have to. Cray, good luck. I can't help you out, my man. Sorry. This cockroach is way too big. I ain't worried about the knights guarding doorways. More worried about the giant cockroaches that are hanging around. Okay, let's do that again. I just want to be safe. I don't want to alert any of the guys. Have him sound the alarm. 930. That's big damage. Oh, got a scene. Hey, Cray's out here. Elena. How could I let this happen? We made it. Cray! Nina? What are you doing here? We came to help you get out of here, to help you escape. Huh? What good would that do? I mean, in the first place, where would we go anyway? Debbie Downer, Cray. Come on, bro. Trying to save your life, trying to get you out of here. It's just that if you're executed, the Warrens will try to take revenge and break the alliance. Besides, as long as it's with you, Cray, I'd go anywhere. Maybe. Maybe you're right, Nina. No, you are right. She's a woman, of course she is. And if I were stuck here, who's gonna look for Elena? I know what it's like to be married. All women are right. If you think you're right, you're wrong. Nobody else cares. I mean, even if everyone else gives up hope, we can't, right? That's the spirit, Cray. Right. We've got to get the warrant. I have to make sure they don't do anything stupid. That's what I'm talking about. Let's take a nap first. Or not. Let's go. I should be able to steal from the knights as they're like on the ground. Seems like there was only two. Well, who knocked him out? I didn't fight him. Or did he just pass out on the ground? Let's bring Cray into the fray. Into the battle. Cray into the fray. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Croc tears. Those things aren't worth much. Only 20 HP. He fell asleep. Nice. There's a treasure chest in here. It's a good thing I waited. Artemis cap. Dope. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What does it do? 25% to wears to hit? What does that even mean? Defense 4 plus 25% to wears to hit? I don't understand what that means. Chat, help me out. What does that mean? You laugh at me. No idea. Yeah, me neither. Maybe it's hit percentage? Like chance of hitting, less chance of missing, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, accuracy. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna give it to Cray because he kind of misses sometimes. And I don't need him to miss because he is, you know, the tank of the party, pretty much. More cockroaches? Nope, got flies this time. Toxic ones at that. No, go back. Parry. Oh yeah, these guys parry like crazy. And then they flee. They didn't flee that time. Good with that. Let's burn them. Let's burn them to the ground. Burn them down. Down to the ground. What am I talking about? How long have I been streaming? How long have I been streaming, chat? Long time?
There you go.
Not long enough? This guy's still asleep. Okay. Not long enough for sure. All right. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. What time is it? 11:25? Okay, it's about lunchtime almost. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. And I see streamers do this sometimes. And that's why I'm asking. First of all, I can't see the hours you're on mobile. I can't see them either. Normally they're on Streamlabs, but I don't see them on OBS. Oh, there it is. 2 hours and 25 minutes. Okay. So I've been streaming a little bit for a little while. What do y'all think about, you know, if I take a break, get some lunch, and like, you know, eat and play on chat, you know, or eat and play on stream? Does that bother y'all? That way we can chit chat about certain things, or should I keep playing, or how do y'all want that to go? I'm kind of letting y'all make that choice, or should I just like stop the stream and then eat, maybe come back, or how do you feel about that? Cray, how could that be you? You're supposed to be the chief of the Warren. Anyway, it's good to have you safe again. Be sure to talk to Tarn about what's happened, all right? I'm assuming Tarn's not here. Cray, it's so good to see you again. Yeah, Tarn, his mom. Nope, it doesn't bother me at all. We all need food also. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I need to go see Tarn. Chat, when I forget who I'm supposed to go see, you tell me. So I don't mind either way. I have a few YouTube videos lined up to watch after your stream. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll I'll keep stream going because I got to feed my little one too. That's another must. I'll keep stream going. I'll grab some lunch, feed her. It'll only take a couple minutes. And then I'll come back and we'll continue. Um, we'll keep going, and I'll just eat and we'll chit chat for a minute while I, scarf down some food and we'll kind of chit chat. If y'all want to, or I can stop stream, or I'll just keep stream going. That's what I'll do. I'll make that command decision, and I'll keep stream going. I'll just keep the aim on. We'll just kind of hang out, and I'll make some food and all that stuff. All right. See you in a bit, chat. All right, chat. I'm back. Got me some lunch, feeding the kids. And we're just gonna kind of chill for a minute, enjoy the world map music, and just kind of chit chat about whatever y'all want to chit chat about. Is it anybody else's lunchtime? So here's another thing I kind of want to avoid. So I got a headset on with a mic, and I'm eating food. I don't want to be like munching in y'all's ears and stuff. You know, it's kind of rude. I got some pizza rolls, man. I ain't had pizza rolls in a while. They're quick, fast. Eating some Snickers. That's a healthy lunch. So I think what I'll do on the headphone cord, there's a mute button. So I think I'll just mute the mic while I'm chewing on a pizza roll or food or a sandwich or whatever I'm eating. I don't want to be crunching all in y'all's ears. I don't even like listening to myself chew. So I know y'all don't want to listen to me chew. This sounds gross anyway. Pepperoni only. That's my go-to. I never get any other flavor. My wife likes the combination kind. Not for me. It just doesn't taste right. I'd rather have just straight up pepperoni. The messed up part is I'm having pizza tonight too. My bit rate just went in the toilet for no reason. I wonder if it has anything to do with me turning my mic on and off. That would be weird if it was. No, it's just a coincidence. It didn't do it that time. I agree. Whoever thought that putting pineapples on a pizza was a good idea ought to be drug out in the street and shot. I don't want fruit on my pizza. I'll take my fruit on the side, but I'm not putting fruit on my pizza. I don't like sweet food anyway, like sweet meat and sweet sausages and sweet bacon. People to get the Applewood smoked bacon and it's like super sweet. Nah, you can keep that mess. I don't want it. I want my food, my meat and such savory. And I want like my cakes and my ice creams and stuff like that. Keep that sweet, that's fine. But don't make my meat taste like my ice cream. You better keep that mess. I don't want it. Anybody else plan on streaming today or what? Or do we have any more streamers in chat? I should ask. do stream and chat, let me know so I can follow. I'll stream soon once I get my new PC. Are you planning on building one, or you're buying one already like a pre-built, or what? Building one, I'm still deciding if I go Intel or AMD. So I'm sure you've done your research on like the benefits of going Intel and the benefits of going AMD. So, I mean, they're both good either way you go. I think price to performance, not right now with the pandemic and everything, but price to performance when it comes to normal pricing, AMD is the way to go. Just because of its multi-threading capabilities, the processors are a little bit cheaper, and when it comes to clock speeds, AMD is actually better. But when you want nothing but pure 100% FPS, Intel's the way to go. So your frames and all that mess, you're going to get higher on Intel. With AMD, you're going to get way better multi-threading tasks, for sure. Yeah, I saw that. I'm closing in on 3 hours. Is this good or bad, or should I stop stream, or how y'all feeling? I even just stopped to get some lunch. You know, feed the kids, give me some lunch. I'm eating right now. I'm just chit chatting. I figure that's the way to go. Nah, man, it ends when you want it to. I hear you. That's good vibes, right? That's good vibes. So Roy, for like the AMD versus Intel thing, a little while ago I was looking at nothing but AMD because price to performance. It was just way better to go AMD. But now, like I'm looking to build just a simple PC that has a Ryzen 5 3400G, which is a APU, so it's got built-in integrated graphics. I eventually want to get a graphics card, for sure, but right now it's just not affordable. It's not in the cards for me. But I know running stuff like this, you know, small streams, you know, these emulators, it does fine because I'm running a stream right now on a crap top. It's holding together somewhat, minus a little bit of audio issues. And normally it does pretty good. So I know an APU at the moment is perfectly fine. But getting a hold of that APU is almost impossible. So now I'm looking into the Intel side of things. But most of Intel's stuff already has built-in integrated graphics. Most of their CPUs have that. My GPU for the AMD build was a Ryzen 5 3400G, which is the APU. If I was gonna go full-on graphics card and all that stuff, it'd be the Ryzen 3600, just due to price. The Ryzen 5 3600 is a six-core 12-thread processor. The 3400G, I think, is a 4-core 8-thread processor. So the process, or the multi-threading, is what puts AMD above the rest, in my opinion. And to keep it more on the affordable end, if you do a Ryzen 5 3600 and get something like a 1660 or 1650 Super or something of that nature, you know, right now graphics card prices are terrible. They are awful because of the pandemic, and everyone is streaming and everyone is doing this. So, you know, trying to get parts is impossible. Big parts like your processors and your graphics cards. Is your RAM 16 gigs or 32? 16 gigs. So minimum is 16 gigs dual channel. So that's 2 8-gig sticks. Never get one stick of RAM ever. Always get two 8-gig sticks. But 16 gigabytes is minimum for what we're trying to do. Yeah, the prices for graphics cards is unbelievable. They're out the window. It's all the scalpers. I mean, when the 30 series hit, the 3000 series hit for Nvidia, you know, everybody went nuts and they scalped them, just like the PS5. That's a big issue, is scalping, and it's really frustrating to see that legitimate people that are trying to buy these parts can't get them, all because you got somebody sitting behind a keyboard just scalping cards and scalping consoles and all that stuff when legitimate buyers want to buy them. And the companies that are developing these, and this is just my opinion, the companies that are developing these cards and making this hardware, they're not really doing anything about it, because they really don't care to do anything about it. All they look at is the overall big picture. They see that their cards are selling. They don't care who they're selling them to, but they see that their cards are selling and they go, yay. But this year, you know, since the Ryzen, or not Ryzen, but the Nvidia 3000 series cards came out and the AMD 6000 series cards came out, and there's been so much scalping, so many complaints to companies, Nvidia and AMD are actually trying to do something about it, but they don't know exactly what they're trying to. They don't know exactly what to do about it, but they're trying. Same thing with Sony and their PS5. They're trying to take the right steps. It's just knowing the right steps to avoid those scalpers and avoid those people that are just picking up pre-orders left and right. It's really frustrating. I hate that people have to deal with it, like us. You know, I would have built a PC a long time ago if it wasn't for PC parts, because I was looking at them a year ago like 2019, and I was looking at parts, and I was like, this stuff is, it's expensive, yes, but it's affordable. It's much cheaper to go the route of building your own versus buying a pre-built, and you know what you put in them, so that's nice. But now, since the pandemic and everything that's gone on, you can't get a hold of these parts, and scalpers are getting them and picking them up and placing them on eBay for outrageous prices. I'm right there with you, Brown Bear. Fuck scalpers. I hate them. I built a PC for $170, which is good enough to run games from 2015 on medium gravity. That's pretty good for $170. That's not bad. What's in it? You hope they get run over. It took me hours of research to find the cheapest parts that are compatible with one another. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're lucky, in today's age. PC Part Picker and what's the other one? Newegg, and there's one more, Micro Center. We're very fortunate that they give a building guide on putting computers together and what parts go with what. And if it's not compatible, they let you know. As a warning, hey, these won't go together. So that's really handy that we have that these days. Yeah, PC Part Picker is super handy, and it saves all the builds that you put together if you decide to save it, which is super nice too. All the builds I put together, I have like 9 or 10 of them, and that I put together that I'm trying that I'm not looking to buy all of them, but they're different options. One has a 1660 Ti, another one has a 2060. And before all the price hikes and scalping and all that stuff after the 3000 series come out, all those cards were really readily available, and their MSRP was where it should be. I mean, a 1660 or 1650 Super, those cards were $200-ish. Now you go on PC Part Picker and it sends you to the cheapest site, and it's like $500 to $600 for $4.5, $500-600. That's ridiculous for a 1650, 1660 Ti. That's crazy. No, none of us should have to pay those kind of prices, for a mediocre card. It's not. I mean, it's a good card. Don't get me wrong; those cards are good, but we shouldn't have to be paying outrageous prices like that for cards that we know go for much, much cheaper. No reason for it. So it's really frustrating that us as consumers have to deal with that just because, scalpers want to pick them up. Another issue I have, and normally I don't talk, I avoid politics, and I'm not really not going to talk politics, but the tariffs that were put on China, for parts, from what I understand, or for manufacturing, from what I understand, the tariffs is just like a giant tax, which is fine. I don't have an issue with tax, but what I have a problem with is the countries or the companies inside the United States don't really have the ability to make the same parts that China did. So in China, they make these parts, ship them over, we get them, and we pay a fair price. But now there's no companies in America that make these parts. So I was looking at reading these articles online, and they were talking about how the tariffs kind of hurt gamers when it comes to purchasing parts like graphics cards, CPUs, motherboards, all of them really, because Chinese manufacturers and Japanese manufacturers, they make them and they ship them over, and we were paying fair market value. But now that there's a tax hike due to the tariffs, it makes it more difficult for just regular run-of-the-mill guys like us to afford those parts, because China and Japan have now hiked those prices of those parts up to cover the taxes that they're being charged due to the tariffs. I know that was like a long ramble of just the same thing over and over again, but I just, just trying to get the point across, I guess. I guess so. All in all, it was a good idea. It's a good idea to tax, outside sources coming in, but I feel like he kind of shot himself. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot because we didn't have anything to back it up on. Like, if there was an NVIDIA here in the United States manufacturing plant ran by Americans, owned by Americans, then it would be different. But it doesn't work that way, because their home base is in China and Japan, other countries that manufacture those. So it's definitely difficult for us to deal with as tech guys and people that want to build PCs and people that want to stream and game and interact with our communities, our digital communities. But we can't do that because we can't get a hold of parts, because one, they're unaffordable, and two, there's people out there that are picking them off websites using bots, which makes them extremely difficult to get a hold of. When I built the PC for my friend, I got super lucky. I think it was like a week after he was like, okay, yeah, let's build this PC. Like a week after that, I was keeping an eye on parts and all that stuff. I'd already built a list for him to give him a quote, and I was looking around, checking every day, checking parts, and it was just the Ryzen 3 3200G, just an APU, fairly reasonable APU. If you go on Amazon or Newegg right now, it's like $180. The retail price for that GPU or APU, I'm sorry, is $99. So that's ridiculous. No one should have to pay almost double the amount of what it is at regular price, and it has nothing to do with that has nothing to do with the tariff situation or taxes or whatever. It has everything to do with the scalpers or the availability, because they're just not available. And the availability doesn't have to do with scalpers so much in this case, because that's not really a part that everyone's looking for, because it's just a general APU. It is a fairly cheap part, but nobody can get them because of them not making them, because of how are the companies in China going to deal with the tax tariffs and all that stuff. So it's a huge I could probably go on forever about this. Brown Bear says, preach. I hear you, man. But it's definitely frustrating to deal with this kind of situation in 2021. You know what I mean? 2021. So it's really frustrating, and I hate that we all have to deal with it. Reminds me back in the day, the shortage of car parts, well, at least in most of Europe, where some people would just sell their vehicle for no money because they wouldn't be able to acquire parts to repair their cars. That is unbelievable. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's sad. You can't even take care of your own stuff that you have at your house. Something breaks down, you can't fix it because you can't get the parts for them. I hear you. I agree. And what's going to happen is, in the tech side of things, a lot of these guys that are streaming right now, that are out here streaming right now to their communities, they're going to have a part go bad. They're going to have a graphics card go bad, or they're going to have a CPU go bad, or RAM, or whatever going to go bad. And then they're going to go, oh, I need a new one because this one went bad. Well, too bad. You can't get one now. So it's just, I don't know, it's really aggravating, really frustrating to watch people like us struggle to do what we love to do, to build things and game and all that. It's just really, really frustrating, and it's just hard to watch. Even the big tech streamers on YouTube and stuff like that, Jay's 2 Cents and Bitwit and Paul's Hardware. Those guys, you know, they get these cards from the manufacturers so they can do a review on them, and I wholeheartedly agree because that's their job. And I see people complain about, well, look at the big tech YouTubers, you know, they got the cards, blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, that's their job. That's what they're getting paid to do, is review these cards, so you don't go out and make the mistake of purchasing a piece of junk. So that's their job, informing you. And they agree with us as well that the shortage of GPUs and CPUs and such is just mind-boggling. I mean, it really is. A few months when the pandemic started, power supplies were a problem. You couldn't get a hold of those. And the price hike for power supplies went way up. Now they're starting to normalize. They're still a little above what you're gonna pay normally, you know, 2 years ago. But even still, yeah, at least you can get one. I mean, now you can't even get a CPU or a GPU. At least RAM, power supplies, motherboards, and storage are readily available. But good luck getting a CPU and a unless it's an Intel. Good luck getting an AMD CPU and a graphics card. So that's my rant. I think we've been on break for a little while. Is everybody back from lunch? That's coming back from lunch, I hope. We're gonna keep pushing on. I'm gonna check some of this audio stuff going on. Turn the volume up a little bit. I'm gonna get in a fight. Let's see if the audio gets all crackly. Got an item here. You found a bent screw. Wow. That's a useless part. A bent screw. Planes. This was the camp, right? Yeah, this is where I was supposed to go. Found his mom. I'm sorry. Like, he got angry. If I'd been more responsible. Cray, I know I'm your mother, but you're old enough now that you don't need to apologize to me if you've done something wrong. You're not a child anymore. You did what you felt you had to, right? That's right. Cray did what he did because he wanted to help find my sister. Princess Nina, I know the loss of your sister must be difficult, but whatever you do, don't give up hope. She could turn up anywhere, anytime. In any event, you all must be tired. You can figure out what to do next tomorrow. What you making in that pot? Look like some gumbo. Let me get some of that gumbo you making in the pot. Anybody ever had gumbo? In chat? Chat, you ever had gumbo? That's like... It's still crackling. I think my computer's gonna explode at some point. Good morning, Ryu. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about what's going to happen next. But Tar reminded me that hope is only lost if we give up. No, not Dumbo. The elephant. Yeah, has anybody ever had Dumbo? Stuff's delicious. Especially the trunk. Like pig's feet, but elephant feet. Takes up the whole table. For now, Urshan says she will wait and see what happens for now. Oh, whoops. Gotta talk to Taran. Taran. How do you pronounce her name? Taran? I see everyone's awake. Good. Let's think about what we should do now. Gumbo. Gumbo. The elephant. That's hilarious. So the Empire is using you as an excuse to try and get the right to enter lands controlled by the Alliance whenever they want, huh? As treaty conditions go, that's pretty ridiculous. They're up to something, but what? I don't know, but it seems like they were looking for something. You know what? I've been thinking, and I think I figured out what they're looking for. I think they're looking for Ryu. When we were in the town in the desert, that captain from the Empire said they were looking for a dragon, right? Think about it. I found Ryu naked in the middle of the desert. The mud dragon suddenly became violent around him. He has a dragon's eye. Nothing about him is normal, like he doesn't speak. Look at that size, like, really? Thanks. Call me abnormal. Weirdo. That's not to say that I don't like you or anything like that. That's true. If they really are looking for Ryu, he could be used by either the Empire or Ludia against the other. Sounds to me like you need to figure out if that's true or not. Maybe if we take Ryu to meet the Wind Dragon in Windia, he can tell us what we need to know. Makes sense to me. If you want to know about a dragon, the best place to ask is another dragon. I'd say it's worth a try. You got Jade Stone. You can use that to get through the ruins to Windia. I don't know if your friend Ryu is a dragon or not, but I know the way to find out is to ask the Wind Dragon. Alright, well, let's go talk to the Wind Dragon. Let's go holler at him. Hey, my boy Windy. What you got on my 40, homie? Sorry, that got a little excessive. Windia. Shide. Where she said Windia was? To the north? Man, why is my... Man. Oh boy. Looks like stream is kind of... Well, my bit rate is kind of going in the toilet right now. Hang on, 2 seconds, chat. 2 seconds, chat. I'm gonna go see if I can fix this issue. Alright, we're gonna see if that is gonna be any better. Man, it keeps jumping in and out. I wanna go ahead and save real quick. I know, right? I'm screaming too, Roy. We were doing so good. Then you got to talking about an elephant. And that just screwed stream all up. Plains, Mount Glum. I need to go to Windia. But I don't remember where Windia was. Where was Windia, chat? This is Shide. There's nothing in Shide that I need. Man, the audio and stuff is... Press select to find cities in the map. Oh, okay. Duh. That's shite. I thought Windia was more like over here. That's a question mark. There's the crash. It's Nesta Wharf. It's a hideout. Cliff. Valley. Thanks for the hint there, Just Ass. Just Ass. Dam. Question mark. Woods. Sinesta. I don't think I did. I don't think I discovered it yet. But she told me that I needed to go talk to the Wind Dragon in Windia. But then it didn't give me a new path to go to. And I could have swore she said go to the north, but nothing popped out. So I don't know if I need to discover the new area, like somehow. You can always set up a camp and talk to your party. They should give you some hints. That's right. Yeah, let's set up camp. But you need to go to the Golden Plains again. No. I'm sure that if we meet the Wind Dragon, he'll be able to tell us something about you, Ryu. Windia is Elena and Nina's home. I'd like to avoid causing any trouble there if we can. Okay? Hershing explains that there are some dragons that can speak as well as understand human language. Wind Dragon on Windia is one such dragon. They're talking about Windia, just not where it is. I dropped some money. God. Oh, boy. I dropped some money. Okay. So I gotta go to the Golden Plains. Again. So I'm just gonna run straight, boys. Here we go. Man, the audio crackling is just annoying. I don't know why it's doing it so much. I got to fix that before the next stream. I would like to fix it now, but I know if I try and fix it now, the computer will blow up and smoke will come out, and then the TV will burst into flames and will in turn ignite my phone, and I'll have lots of issues. Hey, there's a bird. Is she gonna take me to Windia? Take me to Windia, bird. Let me ride on your back like a majestic animal. Where are you going? So this is the rock. So we went to the rock last time and went that way to the mountain, but I don't want to go that way this time. I want to go straight. I just want to keep going this way. Keep going this way. A burn. A burn. Alright, I'm gonna keep going east until I can't go east anymore. Are you too late? You are not too late, Zach. What is going on, man? It is good to see you in chat. We're having a few crackly audio issues. Just Ask said it could be a VSync problem, and since I'm running on an emulator, he said push spacebar. I tried it, but it doesn't seem to be working. So I might have to go into the settings or reset the emulator, and I don't want to do that right now. So We're just kind of listening to crackly audio and playing Breath of Fire 4. What are you up to? It's good to see you. And my bitrate just keeps going all over the place. So that's a bonus. Just got ready for work. Got to wake her up in a few minutes. Ah, you got work today? What do you do anyway? I'm running east, boys. Okay, looks like I made it to the end. Everything's turning all white. Hardest part of your day, waking her up. Hey, look at here. What did I find, boys? What did we find? Is this it? It's like a temple. Some sort. There's an indentation on an altar. Do you want to put the jade stone in it? Yes. Unload trucks and stock store and some inventory. Ah, what company? Walmart. Okay, my brother-in-law actually works at the Walmart distribution center in Moberly, Missouri. He works in the refrigeration section. So it's like the whole warehouse is refrigerant, like a refrigeration. So like it's really cold in there constantly. Like he has to wear special equipment just to go to work, which I found rather interesting. Like he's got to put on a whole suit. Perry. Why am I trying to fight him with her? Yeah, she ain't no good against the Drakes. Unless she uses magic, and I don't want to waste AP. He likes it. He says it's fun. I asked him, I was like, does it get, hot in the suit? And he was like, no, it's too cold in the refrigerator to actually get hot in the suit. He says it's like 30 below in there. I was like, holy crap, that's cold. I like the cold, but I don't think I could do 40 below all day long, 30 below all day long. It gets really hot in the summer when we unlock. Yeah, oh yeah. Keeping them bay doors open all the time gets hot. I used to work for Badcock furniture distribution, and it would get hot in there too, like ridiculously hot, and it was in Georgia. So yeah, naturally. And you said you live in Virginia, right? So I'm sure it definitely gets hot in Virginia. Caterpillar. That's like spelled exactly how it sounds. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the heat, even though we live in Mississippi. Not by choice, really. I mean, it was kind of by choice, but not really by choice. Her being active duty in the Army just kind of goes, yep, you're living here now. Let's see. I could probably get lost in here pretty easy. Oh, no. We got puzzles, boys. What is going on? I'm assuming the lasers can't hurt me. Oh, they can. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I really wish my internet would quit dropping off like that. It just keeps dropping frames like crazy. Or not frames, but dropping. The bitrate keeps tanking. Okay, chat. Hang on 2 seconds, chat. Let's see if I can go mess with this again. Uh, I'm wired. The TV was on, and I don't think it does a set like the modem is just. It doesn't do separate connections like it does. Like some routers you can pick to run a certain amount on a wired connection and a certain amount on a wireless connection. But in this case, I don't think it separates it. But it just went in the tank again, so I don't understand. You got to wake her up. All right, see you later, Zach. I appreciate you coming by. Let's see. So I can push this. But what does it do? Okay, so here's what's gonna happen, chat. Because my internet is being a jerk, it's not wanting to stay. I'm trying to find my way out of here. It's not wanting to stay at a. I can't keep having stream go back and forth like that. It's just frustrating, and it won't stop. I mean, I'm watching it, and it won't quit. So I think I'm gonna find my way out of here, go save, and probably call it a day. Yeah, I'll probably have to restart the router. We had a good stream. At least I think we did. It's 3.5 hours, pretty much. It's the longest stream I've ever done. So let's see if I can make my way out of here. Yeah, it keeps going down, 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 down. I'm gonna mess with those VSync settings too, and see if I can get the audio situation fixed, so it stops doing that, or it could just be my computer all in all. Okay, so I made it to the shrine. Nice. Haven't been attentive from work, but I've been viewing. I appreciate it. Roy, I appreciate it. Just Ass, man, I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, good that you didn't get stuck in the Golden Plains for the whole stream. Yeah, I agree. I was nervous when y'all were saying Golden Plains. Yep, this is the whole stream. I was like, oh god, no, don't let it happen. But I mean, without you guys, I would have never made it. The hints from the birds and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. All the help, guys. Thank you so much once again. It's been a great stream. I probably won't. This is the last day of the week. It's Friday. So I won't see you guys until Monday for sure. I'm trying to make this a 5-day-a-week thing. Monday through Friday, around this time. Dark Krista, how you doing, Dark Krista? Oh man, you just missed it. We were just this is like the end of stream. How you doing? It's good to see you. It is the end of stream. Unfortunately, you just missed us. We're having some internet issues. They keep bouncing all over the place, and I'm having some audio lag problems that I gotta take a look at and fix. But I will be back Monday probably. I take the weekend off because of spending time with my family. But I will be back Monday around the same time. I'm gonna try and start at 9 and make them longer streams. I like this length. It makes me feel like I've gotten somewhere in the game. So I'm gonna try and keep that going. Let's hope I fix the sound for the next stream. I hear you. You're Joe Poke's friend. Joe Poke friend. Who is Joe Poke? Now I can't end stream. Chat. Who's Joe Poke? Or am I reading this wrong? I mean, Pokin's friend. I want to get this right. I don't want to end stream yet until I find out who this is. Stupid bitrate going in the toilet. Pokin. You're Pokin's friend. Okay, so you're my son's friend. Awesome. It's good to see you, Dark Krista. If you like what you see, I know we're just ending stream. Go check out my other streams here on Twitch. I'm also uploading these videos to YouTube. If you haven't followed, smack the follow button. And like I said, Monday through Friday, we'll be doing this. I'll be coming back to this game, Breath of Fire 4. I want to do it till I finish. And once I'm done, we're going to hit Pokemon Fire Red, the OG Pokemon on Game Boy Advance. OG Pokemon. So, chat, once again, huge thanks for coming out. Huge thanks for coming out. And hopefully I see you guys Monday. If I don't see you Monday, definitely for sure Tuesday, but I'll probably see you Monday for sure. If you get lucky, I might do a bonus stream this weekend, depending. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Thanks again, chat. Thanks for coming out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.